You know you're respected when. There's a list on the front there, and you can read them. You're free to it. The looking in the eye thing is not necessary. A lot of people I'm talking to end up lying out their ass at me. When I'm talking to them and they're texting me and going, I say, you're not paying attention to me. I can multitask, Sean. You know people can do more than one thing at once. Well, then what did I just say? And then instead of them telling you what it is that you just said, because they weren't listening, they want to yell and scream at you because why? Because you're not important. They were busted bullshitting, and it's your fucking fault. They were busted lying to you, and yes, that is lying. That is absolutely lying. Even if the person doesn't outright say that they heard you, if they say, oh, I can do more than one thing at once, well, that's not an outright lie, but it's definitely not true for this situation, which is a situation you're trying to use it for. If you're trying to use statistics for rape to try to catch a jaywalker, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you going after a jaywalker so horribly anyway? A lot of people want to tell me to calm down. Listen to Girl Interrupted's dad, all right? This guy's literally going off about a fucking sandwich that's fucking days old. And then wanting to take control of somebody's finances. No, she's allowed to fucking stand up for herself. But not if you're stuck in a subservient situation where you have to be dependent upon those people. Me, for example, I'm called mentally ill. I have to depend on somebody else because of that tag. That basically nullifies anything that you've gone through. The term mentally ill, that nullifies everything. But only if you're alone. When you're abused, and you're abused by people who want to call you mentally ill or prey on your disabilities, this is where my take on Girl Interrupted comes in. So I guess we should probably get to that instead of finishing the last thought. With Girl Interrupted, in her situation, she is subservient. Now, there's possibly and probably worse things that went on in the household. But also, given her resources and her disabilities, she is not likely to get a real assistance and is at least in part dependent upon those people who may have done far worse. I haven't asked her if she cuts on herself. That would definitely open up a whole nother can of worms that I'm not opening up on this video. It's difficult to bring up Natalie Bollinger without doing that. And obviously that doesn't make this about Girl Interrupted, does it? It doesn't make it about her abuse, the abuse against her, or, of course, how it harms her. You know, I'm willing to bet that she's gone and told therapists about the abuse that she goes through. She's had to talk to abuse counselors and or cops in the courts. I'm willing to bet she's had to do that. I'm willing to bet that she's had one of them days where she had a mental breakdown from trying to get people to hear what's going on. Hey, I am trying Okay, you guys telling me to do these things doesn't mean that I'll be allowed. I'm willing to bet that she's been diagnosed with several psychological disorders, and very likely, well, only because I watch her videos and she's open and free about it, I do know what some of her diagnoses are. But classically, she would be diagnosed with some sort of depression, and of course, diagnosed with a mood disorder. You're having a traumatic reaction, a natural traumatic reaction to your environment. Your anxiety isn't from having a chemical imbalance. It's about getting fucking screamed at over a goddamn sandwich or fucking trivial shit like that. It's about having to go back to those people because the services that all these people tell you and send you to that are supposed to help you, you go to them and they say, that's not our job. That's not what we do. What are the chances that your friends made you go in alone? They're pretty good. What are the chances that she's been diagnosed with several personality disorders? Those are pretty fucking significant. And where do most of those personality disorders, both with men and women, come into play? Most of those personality disorders are diagnosed over abuse trips. I'm going to explain to you an abuse trip. You try to tell on your abuser. You try telling your trusted adult. That didn't work. You tried telling your trusted friend. They blew you off. So now you're doing something desperate, be it screaming at the top of your lungs in the middle of the street or doing something stupid like calling the cops alone. Cops show up. Either you get arrested for having to hoot and holler in the street because you're obviously mentally ill, or when you called the cops, they showed up. The person who owns the house, this is what makes you subservient, says you're mentally ill, you have to leave. It doesn't matter that you're trying to turn in a crime. They've literally nullified the crime with the police and saying you can't be there. It's not your environment. And of course, I believe that she has probably either A, been through something similar to that a time or two, or she has had friends that are probably dead now that went through that shit. That's my take. My take is that the best thing that she can do, and this is giving advice, something that the instructions are, well, definitely against. You're not supposed to give advice. When you want to be a think tank and spit out 20 different fucking ideas, shut up. You're not using common sense when you do that. When somebody tells you, I've been through this for 6 years, please listen to what's going on and find out what my experiences are before making suggestions. Yeah, pretty simple. When you tell me, hey, have you tried going to your friends and family? Hello, McFly. Yeah, starting over a year before Natalie was killed. Matter of fact, starting over a year before that, when I hurt my back. When I hurt my back in 2015, that's when my life went to hell. While people were bitching to me about their dad yells. By comparison with what I'm going through, that is fucking small fries. But at the same time, it's not. See, this lady doesn't have a voice. She tries. Now, of course, what would my advice be? My advice is to speak up for others. Holy shit. Learn to have a voice. Understand that it's not all about you. You're not the only victim. And if you make all the focus about you, you're kicking every other victim in the teeth. When they come to you for help, when they speak up to you, the reason that I have this channel, I'm speaking up to you about the help that I need. I need somebody, a friend or family, to help me turn this in. Now it's become incredibly complicated and it's extremely messed up. I mean, I got paperwork all over the place, like 10 different places. You know, here's probably the lightest one that I can carry, you know? Still hurts my shoulder to grab it. I got lots of issues that make it difficult to do these things. This one is from Nebraska, the good life. Yes, court paperwork. My God, yes, I have been looking for this. No, this is Sherwood. That's different. Fuck. Goddamn motherfucker. Third shift, it's Reich and Kraft on duty. Randolph Edwards. Jordan Navajo is threatening to kill the lady staff member, Kraft, telling her to go kill herself, saying she should put a rope around her neck and jump out of a tree. He keeps beating on his door, asking for a CO in his way. Screaming CO between kicks. Jesus Johnson and Eric Rodenbaugh join in the door banging. This, well, I wrote it down. When you're stuck in a subservient environment, especially one with a lot of screaming, you can't function. People want you to do things, but they're not stopping at all to understand. Does her dad stop, even for one moment, to comprehend what all that fucking screaming does? How hurtful it is, and the only reason that she is taking that abuse, which he's not looking at as abuse. He thinks this is a perfectly acceptable fucking behavior. But you also notice that she's a kicked dog in that. I mean, she's trying to stick up for herself as meekly as possible. She wants to make herself as small as possible so that she's not threatening. She is trying to make herself not threatening. But he's just a fucking dickhead. You know, I used to be nice like that. Girl Interrupted is nice. She has the ability to be good, too. Yeah. Sometimes I tell myself that she looks at my channel because it makes her feel better to know somebody else is going through it and understands. Sometimes I think she watches because my life fucking sucks and it makes her feel better about at least she's got somebody she knows to fucking yell at her in person. To remind her of how lucky she is that she has that person screaming at her. You know what? I disagree. My dad's that way. He likes to fucking yell and scream at me. My mom too. But my mom would get real condescending and talk to you like you're a fucking retard. Sean, you're mentally ill. To which I reply, Mom, you're mentally ill. We're not getting anywhere, are we? Goddamn, people want to play stupid, and then it all comes around to them wanting to pretend we're going in circles because of me. No, we're going in circles because of them. Why did I play Ring Around the Rosie and musical fucking chairs with every Nebraska State Patrol letter designation? Troop A, Troop B, Troop C, Troop D, Troop E, Troop F, calling all of them because they're all telling me it's someone else's job. Because I got to go to the Nebraska State Patrol to turn in Scott DaCosta, but they're also playing Ring Around the Rosies and musical chairs with Nebraska Attorney General's office and multiple other agencies like Adult Protective Services and Child Protective Services. I can't turn this shit in alone. I need help. It got to the point where there was too much of it. That's what happens when all these people for years, literally years, run you around in circles by telling you it's nobody's job, it's nobody's job, it's nobody's job. And then once they've committed felonies, then magically they want it to be their job and they're going to assign one of the officers who committed fucking felonies. Not very fucking bright. Now, given the information by Investigator Woods, by Scott DaCosta, and by Bill Burr, State Trooper Bill Burr, by what they claimed, all of the responsibility actually falls on Sergeant Jones of Nebraska State Patrol, Troop E, for her to act in such an unprofessional manner, resulting in multiple deaths, including homicides. The thing that sucks is that all these other people committed crimes, but she's the one stuck responsible. Because she's the one whose name was dropped by who? State Trooper Burr. Who obviously admitted that he recorded it when I spoke to him about the crimes. Now, why is it that these officers repeatedly leave this information out of their reports? Sean came in to turn in Scott DaCosta, so we arrested him. First we antagonized him, and then we lied to a mental health worker, and then we antagonized him and arrested him. Or he came in to speak to his advocate in a place that is hopefully going to be safe. Hopefully in a courthouse, it would be safe to do that. Well, how did the Tara Smith lady of Adult Protective Services, how did she act in that? Did she act at all interested in any of the crimes against me? No, she tried to change the fucking subject a billion times. I mean, you can hear in that conversation how I'm trying to figure out why it is she's even asking these questions. But you notice she admitted that in 2018 that she did see me. The two officers that were with her were Jared Hahn, one of the officers I was trying to turn in. Like I said, the officers I'm trying to turn in being there is inappropriate. I had to make those calls repeatedly to Adult Protective Services. When they finally showed up,
fuck off, how you doing today?
Lick a dick, you skeezy cockfuck. What the hell you up to?
So thank you for choosing McDonald's. My name is Fuck Off. How you doing today? Well, what can I get you today is what I said, actually.
Man, I've been fucking having to stay down on this end of town so I can avoid crazy shits like Farnsworth and Molly.
I just got out of jail yesterday.
Really?
Can I set this right here?
Oh, yeah. You're always good to me, even if you're fucked up. For what?
unlawful use of a motor vehicle and hit and run.
Jesus Christ. Did you hit a parked car or were there people in it?
Not a vehicle. I didn't ask him to use it, but
Oh my God, I can tell you were sober for a while before you got fucked up.
I'm still sober, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Did they put you on meds in
Oh my
there?
God, when I'm not on drugs, I'm very high strung. Now I don't. Okay, so if I do a bunch of meth, I'll be all calm and shit.
Meth puts me to sleep. I get that.
What I'm trying to tell you, bro. I'm sober. I'm all high strung. I'm jumping around and shit. Like, I have to do drugs. So I'm just fucking believe it. It isn't working out for me. It didn't helping at all.
Well, at all the
I've been
people that
trying
know
to talk to the
Molly,
doctor and get back on my ADD meds.
nice. If it helps you,
But
good.
what, man? But there's these fucking drugs they used to put me on, man. It was so fucking. I hated them because all I would do was I was like a zombie, man. I could sit on the couch and like I was like
I talk
I
about
was
being
so
that way on my
zonked out all
YouTube
day, dude. I
channel.
was like, what the fuck?
Yo,
I was like, what am I supposed to do with myself? I could get up and go to the bathroom and shit. It's like, and my mom told me, she's like, dude, you literally look like a fucking zombie. I was like, I can't control that. That's not my fault.
that's the fucking meds. Yeah, was that Ritalin?
Go get the doctor. And I didn't take that as a say I was sick. Oh, they're lying to me.
Well, you know that situation with Molly. You know her. A lot of other people know her,
Fucking crazy bitch.
right? Well, that's the thing. Nobody helped me turn her in, and she just fucking kept it up. Like she beat on my vehicle and broke shit.
You know what's funny? As soon as cops or some shit, she's perfectly fine.
Right?
Nicest guy.
Same thing at the church. Like, oh my God, you know, when she's in the church, she's magically.
Nicest guy. Oh, freaked out the church. He's like, shut the fuck up, bitch. You know you're crazy.
Yeah, well, dude, after she tried breaking my vehicle and fucking beating on it and screaming at me, she prevented some 18-year-old girl from getting into her car and leaving. And then she fucking wanted to pretend like I was gonna fucking harm her and ran. She broke into the Fred Meyers. So then I gotta worry about depending on which manager's there. No, somebody opened the back door and she fucking darted in. I got the whole fucking thing recorded. Yeah, Molly did that. Yeah, and tried pretending like I was trying to hurt her and this Tom feller. Yeah, exactly. So they come out the next day and harass me about it. Well,
you have any papers there, kind sir?
I don't.
Sucked off of this.
The only, right? You know what? Only on days that end with Y. Why, you know any good donkeys around here that's lonely?
Nah, usually they're Mexico. Women usually have them.
Was you in jail with any donkeys? Give me their release date. I know.
Fuck, what are you doing with my tobacco cigarette? Oh yeah, yeah, I got it. I got it in jail yesterday. I've been out 24 hours, man. Oh.
They give you Seroquel?
I was in jail since I was an opiate user, man. I went in there and I told him because one of the jail guards said his last name's a Nat. Nat is I-N-T. And Nat is what he says it. It's like, he's on. When the nurse goes to evaluate her, he's like, do not fucking lie to her. So because she needs to know what she needs to have to give you the help you need. So, well, first of all, I'm a very, 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 very hardcore fentanyl user. I do a lot of heroin. I do a lot of meth. I do a lot of coke. I do so many joints a day. It's ridiculous. And I do like, whoa, I've seen a lot of folk come through here. They use like, dude, I'm not even anybody who's going to be drunk the same day every day. Like, you don't know how to talk.
Well, with you being all fucked up like you are, I mean, the thing is, you were still a witness to the shit with Molly. But then there's also the fact that there's a lot of other witnesses too they are sober. They should have spoke up. She's not just dumb. She's evil, dude. Like she was violent.
I wouldn't touch that with your dick on a 10-foot pool type
Right? Well, neither would I, and I'd appreciate it if you didn't try. I like you well enough, but I don't think we'd be friends after
You don't
that.
need to be that well acquainted, bud.
Right? Exactly.
Probably what you are.
Well, because of that and because of the situation with Robert Farnsworth, I'm fucking
Oh
stuck down
God,
here.
Robbie,
Yeah.
you're a fucking weirdo.
Dude, he choked a woman out in 2000 or in 2018, and he's
Do you have
had
any
multiple
tobacco? You
assaults
want a
since
couple of
then.
bust along?
I'll take a couple if you got them. This is literally all I got. I did have a tobacco pipe, but I can't fucking dig it out. I've been digging for it for about, I don't know, I lost it last night sometime. So when you asked me for one, I was like, I didn't want to, I didn't like intentionally lie to you. It was I have a tobacco pipe. I just can't find it. It's easier to just give you a rolling paper than to dig for it. Well, there was like 11 or 12 different incidents with her that I got recorded on my YouTube channel. Yeah, threats against my life. I also got Tom and some of the stuff that he was playing head games with her. Like he kept on telling me he was afraid and he needed to get away from her and he was afraid for his life and shit. But then, like, when she was accusing me of stealing stuff, first of all, it was his stuff. Second of all, I talked to him about it. I'm like, dude, she came over by my vehicle.
Friends with the 87-year-old dude.
When he first got to town, she was at the airport trying to
Be a hooker? Trying to find people to victimize?
Yeah, well, that's exactly what she did. She clamped onto him the moment he got here, and when he was coming here,
She's never left.
Yeah, pretty much.
Would leave him alone.
Now, I haven't seen her because I stay on this end of town, and apparently Fred Myers did call the cops on her. She's not allowed to go back in there. I hope so, but I had a guy telling me 2 days ago she's still here.
Yeah, I haven't seen her in a while.
He said she doesn't go to the feeds very often,
I
but
also just told you I just got done doing a 40-day sanction. So.
yeah.
Still on probation here.
Well, that's 40 days where you wouldn't know what the hell's going on.
Yep.
Yep.
40 days of too hot to
It's a different world, ain't it?
Yeah, especially when you're in jail, smoking crack.
And you can get that shit here too in the jail, though.
There's no way in hell. This jail is like the cleanest jail ever, dude.
Really?
You lucky if you can find a fucking nicotine down.
Dude, the prison I was in fucking Lincoln, I had two of the female guards offer to get me some shit if I wanted it.
Oh, I thought you got that.
No. They were doing that in there. Dude, all right, on my paperwork here, in this bag right, oh, I can do that. In this bag right here, I got evidence that I was trying to turn in one of the guards named Michelle Decini, and I was also trying
Was she trying to prostitute you?
No, she was having sex with other inmates.
Oh, yeah, that happens.
But I actually had to try to turn her in, but I also had to turn in one of the inmates because they did have a plan to kill her. Like, holy fuck. I don't give a fuck about her as a human being. She's a shitty person, but I don't want her fucking getting killed.
Some people are shitty people, you know?
Yeah.
But they don't deserve to die.
But you know what?
God will take them out when he needs you.
Imagine how well I was liked in the prison when a fucking bitch guard like that. That I tell her that they're planning on killing her. Imagine how well that went over here.
Not very well. Probably put you in isolation.
I was stuck in isolation the whole time, 23-hour lockdown.
Yeah, I took my case to the box and shit, man. I'm gonna take my shit to trial now. I hit and run. I did. I hit the back of some lady's Jeep here in town, and I just fled because I was scared, man. I got out of my rig and I fucking ran up to her rig to see if she was okay. She was a little shaky, freaking out. And she's like, I don't know if I'm okay. I gotta call somebody. So she calls 911, and I fucking was like, whoa, I gotta go. So I fucking grabbed my bicycle out of the back of my fucking van, and I scooting to get out of there. Well, what I didn't know about is where I parked my van at. There was a video camera that watched me grab the bike out of the back of my van and fucking take off. Stupid me.
Yeah, I agree. Well, That's the
I do
thing.
stupid shit sometimes, but we learn from that stupid
I
shit.
do have to worry about Molly, and I got to worry about if she comes back. I know that
Alright.
Tom's got some
Whatever
history
fucking
here, and
caused
he
the
might
problem
come
with you
back.
two? It's just her being crazy?
Well, that was the start of it. It was also Tom was trying to get
When
away
I
from
first
her.
met you and her was sitting there being friendly as pie, but you just met
Dude,
her that
that's
day too.
literally the day that I met her.
So we met her the same day then.
Yeah. And she was, like you said, nice as pie. I mean, she was talking about being with the CIA and the FBI and shit,
Yeah,
but,
I don't got the time for your crazy bitch ass bullshit. I got enough bullshit of my own.
right?
I
Well,
got
that's the
wife and
thing,
two
is that,
kids. I
she
got no
was
time for that
threatening
bitch.
Tom, that 87-year-old. She was threatening him and fucking all sorts of other crazy shit. Like, you know how she is.
He
She
was
was
a
doing
nice
that
dude.
stuff to, he
Tom was a
was
nice dude,
nice.
actually.
He was very nice. That there is no doubt about that.
He
But
respectful and everything.
he's also a little bitch though. Like fucking he just let that shit happen. He was playing games along the whole time because see he didn't want to be with her. He didn't want to be around her. He was trying to escape from her. But the other thing is he kept on going back. I got
I got $1 in my name. I ain't got nothing else. I had $2, but I used $1 to buy a soda.
well, let me see. I got $1 worth of quarters, so that's enough for you to get one McDonald's hamburger.
Mother of Jesus' mother. Fuck, that's a lot of bags of cans in the back of that pickup. Woo!
Yeah. Well, the thing is that Tom wanted my help escaping from her,
Don't worry about it.
and that's when she gave me that fucking meat and all that stuff, you know, the rotten meat and the garbage, and fucking looked around his vehicle and started accusing me of stealing shit. And yeah, Tom was just trying to escape from her. But then he kept on going back. Like when she was accusing me of stealing that shit, he had it. And I explained to him what was going on. He's like, "Well, you know, I'll just tell her that I found it behind the Goodwill." I'm like, "If you tell her you found it behind the Goodwill, she's gonna think that I stole it and took it over there and dropped it off behind the Goodwill.
Oh,
How
shit,
about you just tell her the truth?" So what did he do? He went and told her that he found it behind the Goodwill. I'm like, "Dude, that's not honest. Are you fucking kidding me? He was hella nice. He was just a liar. He was fucking playing that shit the whole time."
You like to stir the pot a lot, I think.
Well, the thing is, I needed to get the fuck out of there.
Right.
You know, I needed to get somewhere safe. I went to the churches because they're supposed to be mandated reporters, and I'm an at-risk adult. They played the shit out of that.
What I think you need to do, brother, is there's an open micro shelter at Seventh-day Adventist Church, man. If I were you, I'd go in there Monday morning.
Seventh Day Adventist is on my shit list. I went to them already repeatedly, but I had to go alone. You know that lady, Deanna or Donna?
Donna,
Yeah, she fucking. All right, she was super nice, and she would help me out with all sorts of stuff as far as getting the gas and stuff like that goes. But the thing is, what I needed was for her to understand I'm being abused at the church by fucking Farnsworth. I'm being abused at the church by Molly. This shit is happening at the churches. Now, like you said, she goes in there and she's all nice and fucking dandy. But the thing is, right? It's kind of like Farnsworth. The moment he walks into the church, he's all Jesus this and Jesus that.
Jesus loves you. I hate you.
But what's he doing when he's not inside of the church? He's walking up to people, starting fights, accusing people of being pedophiles.
He hits women and shit.
Exactly. Right? And the cops fucking stuck up for him and intimidated me and tried to make me feel like it's not okay to get a protection order against him. This is what I had to deal with my predators before Natalie was killed.
So corrupt here.
Not just here, it's everywhere. And I got fucking years of it recorded, just nobody had helped turn it in.
But this county, I've been here a while now, okay? I'll tell you something specifically to the county. The reason why there's no gangs and gang violence here is because the cops run the drugs, okay? So nobody else has the ability to. That's why people from Portland come down to kill them up. They try to sell a lot of drugs, and the cops find out. They're gonna arrest that person and throw them in jail because they want to take they don't want no competition.
Well, that explains why they're literally ignoring all of the meth addicts, acting a goddamn fool.
They carry guns. They wear badges.
Well, the other thing is, a lot of people here have told me about the KKK, including Donna. I have her recorded talking about this town being a fucking haven for KKK.
Yeah, that's why there's not
including in law enforcement.
There's not a lot of black people here. I mean, there's a lot more black folk live here than you think.
But they don't come out in public.
They don't come out, man.
If they do, it's in public where there's other
Behind a
people.
Christmas tree.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can get a burger for $2. Thank you.
Yeah. Another one of the witnesses with situation with Molly. I mean, fuck, you know. It makes sense why he didn't try turning it in. Of course, he just admitted a hit and run here. He also showed that he did care about the lady. He did care about her safety and if she's all right. He was fucking scared. I'm scared too, but I don't run away. When Scott DaCosta and State Trooper Lassen assaulted me, I was in cuffs. When Waylon Lolatai assaulted me, I was in cuffs. What they needed to do was listen to me, not back me into a fucking corner and scare the hell out of me and fucking intimidate me and tell me they're gonna fucking stick a needle in me to make sure I don't have an infection. No, I was supposed to be taken somewhere to make a fucking police report. They were supposedly gonna get me in contact with Abel Ramos so I could have help turning this in. Because I had zero help turning it in and zero help getting those body cameras. They were able to prevent me from being able to get those body cameras, and they got away with all of their fucking crimes. They got away with painting me as a fucking violent goddamn monster. And guess what? When people pretend like they care, pretend like they want to help me, there's only one thing you can do to show me that you actually care, and that is to speak up loud and proud. Speak up about what you are a part of. Speak up about what you've seen. Speak up publicly. Admit that you fucked up, for Christ's sake. The least you can do is admit that I went to you for help. All of your bullshit excuses, those don't fucking matter. In court, you know what? You can bring that shit up. That you were fucking sick. That you got cancer. That you had surgery. That you got beaten up. That you had warrants, so you were afraid. That you're afraid of the fucking cops because of violence you've seen. All of your 1,000,001 fucking excuses. Literally everything except what I'm supposed to do, which is go to a friend or family for help and fucking turn it in. How much of the abuse the girl interrupted goes through in the average day, how much of it does her family give a shit about? How much does her family care that when she's not there with them, when she's stuck by herself, she is alone, but she's trying to make the best of her alone time, even though it's a sad, lonely time? You're not getting yelled at over a fucking sandwich. There's a lot of people that wanted to yell at me over a literal sandwich too. They promised that they would help me if I went there. They promised they would help me how I needed, to be a friend, and help me to turn this in. When asking the bully to stop doesn't work, step 2 is go to a friend or family member. If that doesn't stop the abuse, they're supposed to help you go in to the fucking cops. If it's gotten to the point where you're being fucking assaulted, Your friends need to listen to the fact that you were literally just fucking assaulted. Look at how my friends treated me when I went to them for help. That's what makes people suicidal. I'd venture to say that Girl Interrupted has been abused to the point that she's afraid to speak. And also, her diagnoses are used as an excuse to blame her. How much you want to bet that her dad uses her diagnoses to pretend that she's just imagining how shitty he fucking treats her every day? Yes, she records her dad being a fucking piece of shit to her, yelling at her over a goddamn sandwich. When I went to Cody Selhorst about the crimes being committed against me, not just in Dual County, but he wanted to focus on the Dual County, and that's what I primarily told him about. I told him about the people who were victimizing me. I told him the when and where. What did he do? He wrote down 2 fucking sentences as a police report out of a 3-hour conversation, and it wasn't much of a conversation. It was me trying to tell him about the crimes that were committed against me and him making literally every excuse to do nothing. At the end of the night, he insisted that he buy me a sandwich at Pumpkin Pantry. Oh yes, he refused to do his job again, especially since I told him about the crimes committed by the people who were supposed to do that job before him and didn't. It's not that I didn't try to get help. I went to all sorts of people for help. Nobody would help me turn in my predators. Nobody would help me put a stop to the fucking threats and the harassment and the intimidation by Natalie Bollinger and her friends and family for over a year before she was killed. Look at the subservient environments that I've been in. Brett Roloff, that's right, he was witness to a lot of shit with the situation with Natalie Bollinger. What did he do? Between telling the truth to the courts or telling the truth to the American people who are harming me, or to the people of the world, matter of fact, what did he do? What did he do? Instead of coming forward with that, I was in a bathroom at a Starbucks in Cheyenne, Wyoming, having to record a conversation with him about stuff he should have come forward with to begin with. That I told the truth. He admitted those things in that conversation. When Brandon Ratner bought a bus ticket so that I could get away from Shannon Alvarado and her abusive boyfriend and their incessant fucking stupidity and abuse, and I got to Brett Roloff's, did Brandon Ratner admit that he bought that ticket? That he had, in fact, helped me? He helped me to move somewhere else. He didn't help me to turn any of this shit in. He literally never made an effort to help me turn this shit in. He claimed to me that he did with no evidence whatsoever, no time frame, no nothing. Now, he claimed that he called Boulder, and that's it. Later on, he claimed that he called Broomfield, and no evidence. Erin Cockerham claimed that she did too. I called her a liar. Do you know why? Because the cops called her a liar. The cops claimed that I didn't try to get help, which is obviously not the case. Being targeted the way that I was cut off from my help. I was cut off from my loved ones. I was cut off from the evidence that I needed to show to the American fucking public at that point. The police and my friends and family did everything that they could to ignore all of that fucking evidence of abuse, while my predators had ample time and opportunity to go through and destroy much of it. Because you didn't care. Because the cops repeatedly arrested me for shit that didn't fucking happen. And because you guys wanted to just go, oh, it's just crazy Schwartz. It's just crazy Sean. Just ignore him. It's called gaslighting. The fact that not only was Marcia Estrada aware of it prior to us visiting, not only was she aware of the situation with Scott DaCosta, she was aware of the situation with Penny Cooper. She was aware of the situation with Megan Missigatis. She was aware of many situations. She also spoke up about how she knows the dynamics. That's right. Being gaslighted because you're called mentally ill. Why didn't she try to do her job? Why did she herself gaslight me? Because she didn't want to get in trouble for doing her job. She knew outright what I was telling her, but you get to see how in those conversations she wanted to tippy-toe around that. Why? That's her bread and butter. She gets paid. She gets paid when I show up. It's a supposedly free service for me, but it's not. I have to take a full day to go do that. I have to wake up, drive to Sydney, Nebraska, go to my appointment, spend 2 hours at my appointment, for Penny Cooper to tell me one thing, Marcia Estrada to tell me another. And then after the fact, you know, Marcia Estrada, what she had to say about Tamara and Jen Beebe, that is applicable in court. So is my evidence. There is somebody whose vehicle is literally pointed right at mine. By the time I get people to stop giving me the runaround, the evidence is fucking buried and the statute of limitations is over, and that was their intent from the start. The thing is, without a friend or family member to help me turn this in, and with me being targeted by the public, I have to post up my intent on the internet and then try to do it. Well, I posted up my intent repeatedly, and they repeatedly turned it into something that it wasn't. Instead of hearing me, they assumed and locked me up and fucking assaulted me and harmed me repeatedly. And by preventing me from turning them in for literally 6 years, through threats, harassment, intimidation, assaults, false charges, what has Girl Interrupted got to deal with? Nothing by comparison. That doesn't mean her life isn't hell. At the same time, I'd appreciate it if, well, make me feel important. Listen to me. See, the very beginning of this is how I know I am respected. People don't finish my sentences for me, or try to finish my sentence for me. They don't talk over me. Órale, mi hombre, mucho Raquel Grande, sí, señores y señoritas. I don't even know what the fuck that means. Andale, Rima. I loved Speedy Gonzalez. He was the fastest mouse in all America. His English was quite good. I said his English was quite good.
What's better than ants? And what is better than ants in your pants?
What?
Uncles.
Gross. That's a bad prison joke.
Think about it. You're like, wait a minute, what? Oh, I hate that guy. You know, I hate my ex-wife.
You hit your ex-wife? What the hell for? Oh, you hate her.
Yeah. I'm gonna kill her.
Please don't kill
In
her.
the process, she's already halfway through. I just gotta wait till I get to level 17 and then I can finish killing her.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I was mixing video game talking and murder.
Yeah.
Thought it sounded weird. It worked.
You just went and got fucked up in the bathroom.
Huh? Oh, still really drugs. I'm just fucking. I'm not really like it. Literally, this is fucking Alexander here. No, nothing on. I hate my life. Fuck you, man. Some days I just wanna die.
That's me every day. Instead of killing myself, I speak up for the other victims and myself.
What's so many? Change my ways. Because it says if I don't, I'm gonna end up dead by the time I'm 35. That's why I'm like, Mommy, help me. It's hard. It's like what a hypochondriac would do. Like, they spill a little drip of water on them and they're like, ah!
Hey, I got a question.
It's not shoot. Make sure you don't hit me.
That girl Nicole that got killed a few years back,
Yeah? Who, what?
that was trying to turn in. I think you said her name was Nicole. I guess that was a couple of years ago. One of the other guys here, he was telling me that she was human trafficked and that one of the officers here was a part of it. And then she was trying to turn it in, but ended up dead.
Trying to do what about it?
She was trying to turn the officer in. Somewhere on my YouTube channel, the guy who was telling about it, he told me the name of the officers that were involved in it too. I think her name was Nicole.
At the end of the day, they're in it for themselves.
Well, yeah.
And every cop, I don't care who it is. It could be a brand new cop. Oh, fuck's sake. I have a lot of problems with my balance, but I don't like it. Mommy, help me. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna fucking die. That's actually wrong. I don't know what's going on right now. Ah!
Well, one of the things about a safe environment is it's not just the place itself, it's the people in it. I said one of the things about a safe environment is that it's not just the place itself, it's also the people in it. Sometimes, despite your best intentions, the other people in your environment can get you harmed. I can't hardly hear you, Alex. I can't hardly hear you, Alex. Oh, okay. Oh, God, I fucking hate this thing.
Like this snatch block. You know what a snatch block is?
No, I don't.
So you know, like, ever since that prison equipment and everything, so steam on here. What the fuck I want to get? That's some shit. I paid you $100,000 when you shoot me. Why not? It's $100,000.
Because you don't have $100,000?
Look down at me right now. You wouldn't be able to enjoy it and shit.
You know, I've been trying to beg somebody to do that for me for years. I've been begging for that
Pay
since
me $500,000 right there.
November of 2016. Of course, I never had 100 grand. I only offered something I had. Yeah,
Wow.
I did offer people all the money I had. I offered them my vehicle. I begged them. I even promised to dig my own hole. The people who wanted to keep on threatening to kill me, I told them, do it. Do it. Fucking do it. Stop bugging me. Stop harassing me. Just do it. Stop telling me you're going to kill me and just do it.
I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill you. Don't talk about it, you little punk. Be about it.
Exactly.
You're gonna kill yourself.
I got sick of people threatening to kill me. I got so sick of it. And you know what? When they started threatening to kill my friends and family, I went off the fucking deep end because the cops wouldn't do a goddamn thing about it. Well, see, that's why I don't carry a firearm.
Ow, my fucking, what the hell is...
You're sitting against a bush.
No, it said something on my butt that my fucking ass cheek off.
Yeah, it's probably one of them sticks fell off that bush.
Ow, it's a fucking rock of the shape of us. I don't know, man. Oh, I don't know. You know any medical terms? Like, it's not abscess.
You mean like gonococcal urethritis?
No.
Basidiomycetes? Radiolarians? Protozoans?
That's right. Driver's side time, I picked it. It's considerably different size, man.
Well, it looks to me like you've about scratched your legs off.
My legs? Oh, this is my fucking freshman tank lot. We got no place. This is my fucking dead kid's fucking death anniversary. The first one was like 6 months ago.
Will your mom let you go there and sleep?
Yeah, she does sometimes. Yeah. I've been kind of staying there every day.
She won't let you stay there while you're like this?
Dude, I'm just really fucked up.
I know.
I'm really stranded. My life is fucked up right now in a lot of ways other than drugs. This is how I act when I'm sober. Ow!
Well, don't worry. I'm not going to call you in on a mental health hold. I know they'll just hurt you worse.
Somebody call 911. Sorry, something about burning this.
If you ask me to, I absolutely will.
Oh, God. I'm kidding, please. My mom wouldn't agree with that. My mom says no.
All right.
I can intellectually talk to her.
Well, you do need an adult right now.
No, I'm serious. I need to go find some ADHD medication, man. It sucks because I know I'm looking like a fucking flailed out tweaker right now.
Are they helping you out with that?
Yeah, I gotta see a fucking doctor and all over. I'm 7. I gotta go to school, man. I'm going to college to get a fucking GED. What?
I got a GED too. And a high school diploma. I ended up with both of them.
How?
Well, I got my GED when I was in Pine Ridge Job Corps Center. And then when I got out of Pine Ridge Job Corps Center, it turned out that my mom got a piece of mail that said that I graduated high school. So I got both. Right? Oh, my. Yeah, I talk with my hands sometimes. But I can't do that with this arm because I'm using the door to hold me up. I got a fucked up back and fucked up legs. From an assault by the cops?
Ow! Ow! Ow!
Cramping up?
This fucking knee's been rebuilt, man. Sister's from. Ah! My sister's from. Sorry. Alicia, Alicia, Purple.
Well, this is not what I was intending on doing for this portion of time, but I guess I gotta accept it like it is, right? Yes, sir. Hey, he might. I hear somebody screaming over there about something. No, I heard him yelling about something. I don't have a dog. No, that lady, you're good. That's all right. I heard that guy yelling too. You're right. He might be calling the cops right now. Yeah. So you're diagnosed with schizophrenia? No? I don't know. Well, they very well may be calling the cops, like you said. That guy was just coming out and yelling, and he. About the what? Ah. I know a little bit about beta fish. Yeah. I had pet beta, so did my brother.
Kill itself because it's trying to kill living from the beta. It'll smash itself into the side of the pole.
I don't think so. My older brother thought it was hilarious. I mean, he didn't kill his betas doing it. He just wanted to show that they'd get pissed off.
He's a fucking bad motherfucker. He smells the whole thing. It sounds like
Will your mom let you go there right now? Will your mom let you go there right now?
Yeah, man. It's probably leave the state though, man.
Well, I was more worried about your state of mind if you aren't able. All right.
Just trying to decompress a little bit, you know?
Yes, sir.
here in a couple months now. About time the fucking piece of shit, man. Oh, you like this fucking thing. Oh, now that's fucked up. It hurts, man. Good man, shit like
Well, it's not my place to tell you where you can and cannot be. So I'll probably head into the McDonald's here in just a minute, though, just so you're aware. I said I'll probably be heading into the McDonald's here in just a minute, so you're aware. I was just letting you know I was about to go in McDonald's.
Okay, so I'm definitely my left here, man.
Yes, sir.
We are over here.
Well, you're bruised as a motherfucker. I'd imagine you hurt. That bruise on your thigh is about 12 inches long. Nope. The other one on the outside. The top side. That's your calf. Your thigh is upward. Oh, shit. Well, I see those bruises too. One on your knee there. I can't hardly hear you. She is. You've met my mom. Oh. Well, you haven't met my mom, but I figured you probably had since you... Oh. You mean crazy Molly? Oh my God, she's nuts.
Sexy ass looking nothing. Like nothing over there? Sexy looking nothing. Oh. Today is the day to die when I go and I jump into traffic on my bike, bro. Okay, I'm gonna kill myself. That makes you kill myself.
Well, I couldn't do that. Between doing that and speaking up, I'd rather just speak up.
Motherfucking niggers.
I hate that word.
I said no fucking pimple, my bad.
I just pull mine off. I don't even ask for no pickle. That's a good way to get special sauce.
If I say something and I don't want, and I don't do what I want, I'm gonna fucking make a remake it. I'm gonna fuck.
Yeah, see, I'm pissed off about. I'm pissed off about people killing my friends, and people are out here fucking freaking out over a goddamn sandwich. It's a pickle.
Pickles? I hate pickles. Are we talking about Joseph?
No, I'm talking about out of all the things to be angry about, it's just a sandwich.
Yeah. I think I might mentally got a little fucked up. Jail, fucking right. I got hit in the back of the fucking head. Stomped on my back of my head.
Yeah, I went through the same thing.
I still was able to get the fuck up and knock all these dudes out.
I didn't knock anybody out. I just got stomped.
Believe it or not, I mean, you might become a big dude. It takes a lot to hit me hard enough to get me on the ground finally.
Jesus fuck
Probably
Tennessee.
400 punches.
Is it rude to call you Tennessee?
Why?
I'm just
That's where I'm
wondering.
from, bro. I told you this, haven't I?
Yeah.
I mean, I go by country, but if you'd like to call me Tennessee, you can.
And I was in Bristol, Tennessee.
I used to live there too.
Yeah. My friend Brett Roloff and his girlfriend Amber took me in, but holy hell, they were so fucked up, always yelling at each other. So much drama, so much hatred.
I'm gonna go get me some people, dogs, people.
Yes, sir.
Oh, God.
No, I just have a beard.
You know, whenever somebody says, fuck, goddamn, I said, no, I'm not God, but I don't do that job either. The thieves do.
When people say goddamn to me, I usually say stuff like, well, if God damned everything we asked him to, we'd need gills and fins. When people say, hey, close the door, were you born in a barn? I say, no, but Jesus was, just trying to follow in his footsteps. When people say, kiss my ass, I say, mark the spot, you're all ass.
That was a really clean joke. That was a funny one, too.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Clean jokes that are actually funny are pretty hard to make, actually.
Really? Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Amos?
Amos?
A mosquito bit me. Knock, knock.
It's not funny, though.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Andy?
Andy?
And he bit me again.
Those are more cheesy.
All right, how many cops does it take to destroy a light bulb?
There wasn't none. Beat the room for being black.
No, they arrest the bulb for being broke, then beat the room for being black. Yeah, I'm fairly certain that poverty is, well, due to their own statistics, they go after poor people who can't afford a real lawyer. Public pretenders aren't real lawyers. They don't do the job. They don't defend their clients.
I fired my public defender.
They wouldn't let me fire mine.
I'm gonna fuck what they say. I brought one in from Portland and I won that case the last thing I was in.
Well, in my court cases, they tried giving me rubber stamp lawyers. And then when those rubber stamp lawyers were like, oh, hell no. We were hoping that he would get a diagnosis, a fucking schizophrenic, and we could just walk over him. And they didn't get their diagnosis, and they were fucking pissed. And they had to drop the charges and let me out of prison. Holy shit, they weren't happy about that. But the reason is that with Robert Harvoy realizing how badly he'd fucked up and that he got busted, he couldn't do nothing but let it go and give it to somebody else. And they gave it to another lawyer who wasn't a rubber stamp because they didn't have any more rubber stamps to give me to. They're like, holy shit, this lawyer might do her job, so we better just release Sean. After all of the fucking stompings, all of the fucking denying me my legal rights, the 23-hour fucking lockdowns, the guards fucking with my food, guards fucking with my shower privileges, guards fucking with me on the yard. Holy fucking shit, fuck the fucking guards. On the bright side, at least 3 of the fucking guards I turned in are in prison now. Dumb motherfuckers.
Yeah, that shit, double tap, bro.
Right? Michelle DeCini's sitting her time out. Same thing with Sarah Nelson, Lincoln Correction Center. That's where they worked, but they don't work there no more. Sarah Nelson was the assistant fucking warden, dude.
She probably smoked too much crack and lost her mind.
I wouldn't doubt it.
She sucked too much dick. She was like,
holy shit, dude. Even when they put me in the mental pod, I could have gotten fucking drugs from them female guards.
Oh, yeah? With their cameras?
Even with their cameras. Yeah, dude, that's what these ladies were busted for doing.
Stuff illegal, like,
having sex with inmates and fucking smuggling in drugs.
They do that kind of shit. They just do something like to the station. Oh, there was an accidental problem in this whatever or whatever. All of a sudden, whatever's supposed to be on camera is just not Won't be found.
The Lincoln paper did a thing on all the drugs in the prisons. I'm like, yeah, that's because you've got women in the prisons.
The guards bring them in shit.
It's literally the female guards bringing in most of it. Out of the 13 guards that were busted in Nebraska that year, 11 of them were women. They pat you down even if you're an officer, but you've got a cooter, you've got a special pocket you can hide shit in. Michelle Decini brought in at least 3 phones between C-Pod.
That's I guess that's women's. That's their prison wallet.
Prison wallet, that's right.
For men, our prison wallet is our booty hole.
Man, there is no way in hell you're gonna stretch booty hole wide enough to fit a fucking phone in it like that.
Let me tell you something. Does your phone have cell service on it?
It does.
Let me see. I'm gonna look something up for you that's gonna fascinate you.
Well, you can't look something up because it's still running.
I'll tell you this. I remember this right. The human anus can stretch up to about 7 inches in diameter. Okay, a raccoon can fit its body into something that's about 4 inches in diameter. So technically, you can fit 2 whole raccoons up your asshole. How's that for fascinating?
Oh my God, that's hot.
That's seriously true, though.
Do they have any videos of it?
No, of course you'd want to watch it, you freak.
No, I wouldn't. I was just wondering if anybody was making a profit.
Oh my fucked up part is now I want to look at that video.
Please don't.
Oh my God.
Who's the perv now?
Are you a bestiality man?
No.
Should I call you Sean Bestiality Lover Man?
Oh yeah, that's like so gross.
They want to stick raccoons up their butthole. That's wrong. What about how the raccoon feels?
Dude, I'm from Nebraska, not Tennessee. We don't fuck around with raccoons. Sheep are cleaner.
You're right, just hogs that you paint lipstick on their lips and shit. Oh wait, I forgot, that's Alabama.
You talking about your
Alabama,
sister?
they just fuck their own cousins and shit.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, their own sister, they're like, hey, blood related sister, you want to go get it on, mom and dad?
One of the ladies that was going to help me, you know what her excuse was for not coming through?
She had to go fuck her own brother?
No, her brother was a fucking pedophile. But yeah, that's a great reason for not coming forward and telling the truth about pedophiles. You're protecting a pedophile.
You know what the best thing about 38-year-olds is? There's 30 of them.
That's a horrible joke.
Yeah, it is. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about. I don't want to hear about the fucking 20-year-old meat and 8-year-old buns. I've heard it.
Okay. What's the difference between hungry and horny? Where do you stick the cucumber? Okay. Let's see what. Oh fuck! What's that? Fuck! Oh, that's a good one I made up. Oh fuck! I think. Okay, he's a dead baby joke. He's gonna fuck up.
I don't want to hear any dead baby jokes.
Okay.
I've already heard every dead baby joke there is. I know how hard to throw them. I'd be tossing them jokes all day long down on Pearl Street because people give me money for it, but I didn't like those jokes.
God damn it. Remember my own joke, bro. Made this up. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, no, fuck. Okay, fuck jokes. I made a life quote that I think is really profound. Okay? Well, this is how it goes, okay? This life is a game. So play the game, decide your fate, or fate will decide it for you.
Absolutely, positively, I guess. The world changes when you make it change. But you know what's funny? The world's going to change regardless.
As they are, we perceive things as we are.
Very much so. Unless you're autistic, in which case you see the world for what it is.
Autistic?
Autistic.
Well, you're autistic, man.
Yes, sir. That's why people get away with doing that shit so easily. When Molly does stuff like that, I can't turn her in. I'll get called mentally ill.
I have no idea how my 6'7" is. Yeah, I'm gonna be able to like fold up so tiny like this. Looks like I'm sitting in a chair almost. Y'all ever seen the most big ass midget in the world? I'd probably be like the most buff fucking.
You are fucking huge. How tall are you? 6'4"?
6'7".
6'7". Jesus Christ.
Size 19 shoe.
Yeah, but what's one of the things I'm supposed to say? I bet the ladies love you.
No, because it's last. Oh wow, yeah, I was gonna say a sex thing. You know what a donkey punch is?
Yeah, please don't. I know what a
What the
dolphin
fuck's
is
the point
too.
of that? What the fuck? Who thought that was a good idea? I don't know. What was another one I was thinking about? Fuck. I had it on the tip of my mouth. I
Well,
forgot.
Jesus, it's a good thing my YouTube isn't a fucking family-friendly fucking environment.
Oh god, I firmly believe they should build a YouTube specifically for things that are being like rated R. Yeah, restricted. And then they should build a YouTube that's like 24 rated, or like 24 times above a normal rated R. So like rated, it had to be like rated Z or something. Rated Z for electronically inappropriately unavailable to humans everywhere.
Oh, you mean censored?
Cocaine addicted people make TV shows that are stupid. I'll tell you that. Shut up.
What? You don't like basketball
Charlie
wives?
Sheen.
You don't like basketball wives? Are you trying to tell me that Ancient
What?
Aliens is bullshit?
Are you trying to tell me
What
that?
are you trying to insinuate? You don't want to watch a bunch of fucking dipshits drive across ice fucking for 40 hours a
Dude,
fucking season?
can you imagine what it's like for a big ass semi truck to drive across the street?
I don't
Is that what you're
care.
saying?
I saw it the first episode. Okay, it's a dangerous job. People just watch it for 30 fucking seasons because they're trying to wait until somebody dies.
Wow, let's see if somebody dies. Even though we all know they're not doing it because it's a fucking TV show. Oh yeah.
But am I wrong? Am I wrong? Or is that why people watch that shit?
Do you know who Bob Lazar is?
Probably heard of him, but
He
it
was
don't
a
ring a bell now.
scientist that worked for Area 51 that came out and told the world about a lot of very, very true stuff.
Well, I don't know him.
No, it was seriously true because the government ended up having him assassinated. He was found dead in a landfill somehow. No, at all possible signs of what could have killed him if he's dead.
Well, possibly being compacted by a trash truck. That could have killed him.
No, he really had no damage. It was as if he was still alive. His body was perfectly fine. No damage to him. Nothing at all. No harm, nothing.
I call bullshit.
I'm being serious.
I saw an episode on this. Yup, totally. I remember it. They told me it was a weather balloon. It was a weather balloon.
There was a weather balloon that went across the U.S. recently that was shot down. That belonged to China.
No, it was a second balloon on the grassy knoll, really.
God damn it. My mom told
If
me
we're gonna
that.
talk crazy shit, I'll talk crazy shit.
Okay, how about this? I'm the devil.
I don't believe you. I know too many people who think they're the devil to believe that you're the devil. Because some of them are absolutely rotten
Tell you I'm
people.
Jesus Christ.
I wouldn't believe that either. You're correct.
Like, dude, there's no way you can-
Jesus Christ did exist. He was a human being. The Romans wrote about
They
him.
found his tomb and his family's tombs.
Oh, that was pretty common back then.
No, what I mean is like they actually found where they were buried and shit.
Yeah, it's because
His
after you
actual-
were dead, they'd leave you out for a while, and then they'd collect your bones and they'd put them in a box and put them in the family mausoleum.
My mom mausoleum told me that I couldn't move in there because I was still alive.
You are going to scratch your leg off.
No, dude, I just started itching it, dude. I bit my fucking leave my mom's dog over there. Shit. Mom gagged out on this fucking. It's awesome, man. I worked all day today. I'm surprised that when I went to work,
Oh, gacked out, so you shoot it up.
I used to.
Yeah.
And then like.
Yeah, my friend who got killed, Natalie, she got gacked out too.
I went to the fucking cheese factory today.
She couldn't smoke it anymore. It didn't do anything for her. She had to shoot it up.
Yeah, because I got released out of jail yesterday. I went to the fucking jail. Not the jail. Ah! Cheese factory because I was working there doing night shift. Janitor work. They got like $20 an hour. I went there to talk to my fucking supervisor. After doing 40 days in jail, he said, absolutely, I'll give you your job back. Because the jail told me. All the time was you did, it wasn't really all that time. Sure, you can get a job like you start Monday morning. I mean, that's really fucking cool.
Yeah.
I told the boss to give me that.
There's been a couple employees walk by and made a good strong look at you, so
I mean, I was just visiting with my friends, so that's not wrong.
we might go
Okay,
both
but
get in
anyways,
trouble. Go ahead.
what I'm trying to say is that I don't remember. Thanks. Okay, I gotta go. I guess I'm gonna smoke some crack in the bathroom. I'm kidding. I'm actually gonna go see my baby mom and see my son. So.
Yes, sir. Well, don't kill her.
No, I was giving her a donkey punch. I'm kidding. That's such a stupid sex thing. It's like, oh yeah, let's punch her and then I gotta hit while we're fucking her because she's gonna love that. Oh my god, what the fuck was I gonna say that was something like that? You know what I'd like to be? I'd like to be one of those motherfuckers. Have you ever seen the fucking hammer that they use for drilling a railroad spike and the fucking thing?
Yeah.
It's like this tall and it's all fucking iron. And it takes a guy like my size to swing that thing. But I'm looking at getting a job in the railroad. I just recently did an interview for them before I got locked up too. And there was a boss, the supervisor stood there, and they told me that they would hold my job for me if I needed it. Because some bosses, they understand. Sometimes you just gotta go do some jail time. Get it over with.
Shit, I got fired from a job for having heart problems. I went to the doctor. The doctor told me not to go to work. Told me to be lazy.
You probably could have fought that in court.
No, I couldn't have. I'm broke. Nobody gives a shit.
Just give it away.
Man, they did so many illegal things at the hospitals. The most fucked up part is it was recorded. I just couldn't get anybody to care enough to help me get those recordings. They just let people do whatever they wanted to me.
Hey, brother. You need new water? Here, black and burning for me.
Oh, thank you. Alright. Well, I'm going to close up here. I'll probably see you next time you're around this area of town.
Crack cocaine for sale, $3 a rock.
No thanks.
I'm joking, John. I don't have any of that shit. I don't even do it, man. First time I ever tried crack, I never did it again because I puked my fucking guts out for like a week after that.
I've never tried it. That's my mom's drug of choice. Cocaine anyway.
Hey, if you want to succeed like a steed on speed, you don't know what to do. It's fucked up on liquor and weed. How you like that song I made up?
Okay.
Pretty interesting, right?
Yeah. Here's another rolling paper for you.
Huh?
Here's another rolling paper for you.
Thank you, kind lady. Okay. If I handed you a double, but you almost like my hands are kind of like soft and dry for something, I can't do it.
I can't. My hands are hurting.
My fingers are acting like a woman's fingers, all weak and womanly and stuff. So I guess I gotta tell my pregnant fingers to stop being pregnant, push out that nigger baby back.
Please don't say that word around me.
I'm sorry. Sorry, Sean.
I know you're from Tennessee.
I haven't seen you in a while, brother, and I'm sorry I said that. And just because I'm from Tennessee doesn't mean I say that word like that, okay?
All right.
I might say that. I'm gonna say this because there is a nigger in all races, man. No matter what you want to say.
And I hear that all the time, but it doesn't make it any less comfortable for me.
I mean, I know everybody says it's directed at black people, but it's
Usually is.
The worst N-words ever.
I've had a lot of black people that thought it was okay to beat me up because I was white. Come up to me and yell that and stuff. Come on, honky, I dare you. Call me the N-word. I dare you.
Honky, I'll shoot you in the face if you're
and even if I don't call them the N-word, because I never do, after they decide that I'm not going to and they want to fight no matter what, they start swinging and just pretend I did. I don't like that word at all.
America, the beautiful land of the free, where you get beat up for simply nothing, homie. That was awesome.
I'm gonna close my door and warm up for a minute and dig my stuff out.
I was just trying to use your inside your door. I'm gonna fuck it. I'll just smoke it. That's okay. See you later, though. Okay, I'll let you
I guess, sir. Thank you. Be safe, man.
Yeah.
Alexander. Remember, Elmo loves you.
It's like morning to pedophile. What the fuck?
Do what?
Any time?
Let me see. 3:38.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Want to see that?
Sure. Being diplomatic. Having someone like that hang out does draw attention to me and also increases my chance of getting ejected from the property. I also know that if I don't act diplomatic, it could potentially turn violent. I can't yell at him, hey dude, I'm fucking annoyed, get the hell away from my car. If he says, well, if you just tell me to leave or ask me to leave, I will. Well, I just wanted to warm up my fingers for a bit. I don't want him getting ejected from the property either, though, you know. I don't want there to be any sort of situation or altercation here. All of that is negative attention. Yeah. So, this was going to be for Girl Interrupted. Throwing tantrums over sandwiches. Speaking up for other victims helps you to learn to have a voice. It's easier to stick up for somebody else because automatically there's more than one of you. When you speak up for the other victims, not in general, but literally for the other victims, when you say, I did see this, Sean did record this, Sean did say this, Sean did try. Like I said, when you're homeless, you can't get away from them. It's not like you have a safe place to go. You're subservient. If the general public hates you and Karen wants to call the cops, the Karens are going to call the cops. So, I guess I'm sorry I didn't make this a yelling, screaming video like you guys love so much. I'm sorry I didn't get all hateful and mean and all of that stupid shit like you expect. I'm sorry that I dealt with that in diplomatic fashion and was patient. I know what you expect out of me. The problem is that isn't who I should have to be to try to get heard. If you're not willing to stand up for your own rights, and you're not willing to stand up for other people's rights, then just don't bitch. All of you know what the solution is to your issues. You know what help you need. A lot of people want to tell me about how they did it all themselves, and it's bullshit. Many of these people I've helped. I know it's bullshit because I helped them. Me. Fucking filthy, goddamn, ugly ass fucking hobo. Me. With the situation with Jamie there in the Dalles, Oregon. Out of all those people there, the church people and the cops and the people from the mental health place and all of her friends that were there. And when that guy fucking hit her, nobody said a fucking word. That video is called Jamie Again, by the way. So, this lady, Girl Interrupted, she's watched enough of my channel, watched enough of my videos, and commented on videos that have very important evidence that people want to pretend I made up. Well, instead of making me tell my story over and over and over again, and you're just going to watch it for fucking entertainment, you can speak up. As long as you're only willing to talk about your own issues, yeah, that's very selfish. It's selfish when somebody is trying to get help for you to get on and just type screwy or ignorant shit. And I understand that if you watch my channel and you're going through hell, sometimes it does make people feel better. I've had people tell me that. Dude, I watch your channel because my life fucking sucks. Or I watch your channel because it makes me realize that there's people who have it worse. All of you who pretended like you wanted to be my friend, pretended like you wanted to help, you all pretended because what I needed you to do was share the truth. Help me to get the evidence to where it needs to go. Not a goddamn one of you ever tried helping with that. Not even one. Not ever did any of you.